It's Cheap Heat with Peter Rosenberg, featuring StatGuy Greg and Dip.
Can you believe it? Do you believe in miracles, folks? We are all whole today on this Valentine's weekend edition of Cheap Heat. I'm your forever 24/7 champion, Peter Rosenberg, coming to you from New York City, dressed appropriately in pink for the holiday and representing the Hitman, of course. And now back to being a New York sports guy. I guess because, I mean, the Eagles are done. It's time to move back. The Knicks crushed the Sixers this week. SGG is back with us. Hey, SGG.
That's right. You know, I got to don the pink and black for Valentine's Day. And as excited as I am to be here, I'm really excited about the Caveat has joined us this week.
Oh, my God. Can you believe it? Ladies and gentlemen from Los Angeles, Brian the Caveat Dipperstein. How are you, sir?
I love this as a nickname, by the way. I'm now being called the Caveat. I'm fine with this. I like it. But
you got to find a way to use it now as a brand, though. Like maybe you pull out lots of caveats. You're gonna caveat. You know, it's got to be part of the brand.
I know. I have to figure out a way to integrate it now that it's fully part of who I am. But by the way, I've had a lot of nicknames. The Caveat is never one I expected to have.
No. And for people who don't know, just go on social media. It must have gotten sent to me and shown to me 112 times that Kofi Kingston posted a text message from Seth Rollins where Seth was inviting him to come to the Super Bowl. And in the whole thing, he goes, but one caveat, you have to sit with my manager, Dip. So that was not the piece that was the focal point of the social post. But for everyone who's associated with Dip in any way, it was very much the focal point of the social post. The point Kofi was trying to make was how cool it was that Seth invited him to the Super Bowl. But the caveat became the star of the entire thing. And, I mean, dude, it's crazy, too, the way that the algorithm knows us. Like, I was speaking to another mutual friend of ours from WWE, and he was like, I must have gotten the algorithm showed me that in different ways 50 different times.
Yeah. I know. Me too.
And, like, respectfully, it was like a somewhat, like, can I just say wrestling fans are so weird? It's, like, somewhat interesting that Seth invited Kofi, but, like, not really. Like, it's cute. It's a friend invited a friend to the Super Bowl, and then that friend's team got trounced in the Super Bowl. But it was like, can you believe it? I think the message is fans freak out still to this day when they realize that their favorite wrestlers are friends. It makes them very excited.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the appeal to this story,
right?
For sure. Of course. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, Kofi and Seth are friends. They're the exact same age. They've been in the same. Well, no, Kofi's a few years older. They're almost the same age.
They showed up at the same time though in WWE. I want to say.
No, Kofi's a
not in WWE, but like when Kofi's training in FCW, I think Seth is signed with WWE when Kofi also gets signed.
You think so? No,
I think they.
Because Seth, think about it. Seth's debut was so much later. Kofi was around for all those, like, Kofi was like, what, 08, 09? I think Kofi's come.
Was
Kofi's
Kofi 08?
20. Oh, dude, I think Kofi's hitting 20 this year with the company. He's that long. Kofi is true veteran of the locker room levels.
Oh, it says he's been signed to WWE since 2006.
Yeah,
so Seth is way after.
Yeah, he's hitting his 20 this year. But anyways, the Caveat is with us after a couple of weeks gone. We're happy to have you. We're happy to have you, SGG, as well. Everybody is here. There's so many things I have so many blah, blah, blah things to discuss, plus the blah, blah, blah of pro wrestling that we have to discuss. But, Dip, I've had a joke that I've been sitting on for 2 or 3 weeks that I have not gotten to tell.
And you waited for me?
No, you're the main person. The joke is for your edification the most.
Okay.
My brother and I were having a conversation about one of me and your favorite blah, 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 nothing things. And I realized I need to incorporate this into the show. Everyone out there listening to us now, whether on podcast or if you're listening on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, you are aware that our country has been inundated with a made-up idea of something huge and exciting that you need to have that is actually nothing, and that thing is called Dubai chocolate.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we realized, Dip, I decided I want to add a Patreon tier called the Dubai chocolate tier, and we charge $15 more for nothing.
All I know, I've never had
more.
it. Okay, so I've never had Dubai chocolate. All right, and I hate trends like that people subscribe to that are just the most blah 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 thing on the planet. And so in my new office in the little convenience store, right at the front of the counter, which of course I schmy around every day. I'm schmying around. Let me tell you something. Okay,
you're living.
This place has the schmorg of all schmorgs with bars. It has every bar on the face of the earth. Thousands of kinds of bars. Okay, so I'm schmying around to see if there's a new kind of bar pretty much every day. Right in front of the register is a Dubai chocolate extravaganza. And every single day, I'm like, should I just try it finally? Should I just try it?
Is today the day?
I've never tried it once. And I know it's just chocolate with green inside. That's all I know.
No, it's a mix of chocolate with green and like little pieces of wood. That's it. It's like pieces of
wood?
Shards of wood is what it tastes like. Yes.
Wood. Have you have you had these David bars yet? Have you had the David bars?
I've not had a David bar.
No.
Oh my, in the gold packaging?
No.
This is the elite bar of the highest level. Okay. The red velvet David bar is sex on the beach. You have got to have the red velvet David bar.
I'm seeing these right now. I'm seeing David bars. And a pack of them, it looks like, is $35.
Yes. I'll pay $20 for one bar.
Insanity.
How many bars?
if there were a tariff on David bars, and all of a sudden they went up to $20 a bar, I'd find it reasonable.
I got to tell you, the bar thing is out of control, and yo-yos like Dip are
they keep the economy
one
moving with those bars.
I said
the
Dip
one fakakta one you showed me, yeah.
I said Dip yesterday. I was at WWE yesterday doing Evolve stuff, and they had a bar. They have they have 19 kitchens at HQ, and in some of the kitchens you have to pay for stuff. Some of the kitchens they have like drawers where you can take stuff. It's different stuff everywhere, and in one of the drawers they had these bars, and I sent it to Dip because I was like, Dip has to have tried this bar. And let me get his thought. And I wanted his immediate review. You were not a fan.
No, the packaging on that bar. What was it called again?
It's a beautiful bar. It's called I have to text. I just wrote you a meaningless text so I can get to the combo. It's called the True Bar.
True Bar. Yeah, and it looks. They have a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich that's dripping with goo and deliciousness, and then you open the bar and it's just a brown blob.
That's right. By the way, he's 1,000. It's called.
That's a lawsuit. That's a lawsuit. Look,
it's called
advertise it.
Well, and wait for the name of it, SUG. And the package is beautiful. It matches your sweatshirt with a picture of the PB&J on it dripping, and it's called the Get in My Belly PB and Jelly. Okay, and
beautiful name,
great name.
It looks like, but you open the package and you're like, this isn't a beautiful PB&J.
It looks like it looks like an expired Milky Way, and it's disgusting looking. It's just like a blob. But anyway, I don't like that bar. I'm trashing.
Hold on, Dip.
Bar.
I'm not done blah blah blahing with you. You didn't even you were already moved on to thinking about it. You didn't even pop or acknowledge my actual joke, which is, what do you think of a Dubai chocolate tier where we just charge more money for nothing?
I like it.
If people want the Dubai chocolate tier,
just
you pay it. And then guess what? You have the Dubai chocolate tier. It's very special. Maybe one day we'll make a shirt for you. Speaking of blah, 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 guess where I'm having Valentine's Day dinner tonight. First time ever going.
Let me guess. The place in the park.
No.
The Green Tavern on the Green.
I've been to Tavern on the Green. No, it's actually a fun. I will tell you, the Tavern on the Green. The food is whatever. The experience is a fun blah blah blah.
Exactly.
No, Dip, this is staring you right in the face.
The New York. Is there like a New York blah 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 place I'm not thinking about?
It's Dip. It's the ultimate. It's the number one. It's your favorite one to discuss. Not because it's not actually good. It is good, but because you're so sick of people talking about it and taking pictures of it.
Oh my God! How do I not think about it? How do I not know the answer?
There's one in Las Vegas.
Oh, Carbone.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Carbone, the ultimate blah blah
It
blah.
Yeah.
You're going to Carbone?
That
I'm
is the
go-
ultimate.
We have never been to Carbone. I wanted to come up with something, that's a little something, because we're going to be in D.C. on actual Valentine's night, which is tomorrow if you're listening to us live, and we're going to be with my family. So I was like, I got to come up with something to do on Friday. And so I will say, huge name. I don't know how to get a table at Carbone. I don't know how that works. I DM'd Mario Carbone. Carbone. He got me a table. We're going to Carbone. We're going to bone it up. Now, do you know what the thing is to eat there?
Yeah.
The blah, blah, blah pasta?
Yeah, the pasta. And I've had everything. I've been twice.
And by the way, you enjoyed the meal, right? You just are.
Yeah, it's very good. And they give you great bread. It's a great bread thing. There's a great bread, blah, 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 bread scenario at the beginning of the meal. Yeah.
This is exciting.
It's a fortune. It's a fortune of money.
It's a fortune.
Oh my God! What? What do you think it was going to be? Chili's? there's a reason why blah 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 is a thing. I mean,
let me tell you something right now. When was the last time that you went to a Chili's or Applebee's or one of those things?
Not that well. Where we went to Shakey's together.
Well, you bet your ass.
By the way,
we had a Patreon out of it.
I was a huge Fridays guy. The Sesame Jack chicken strips, loved them for years. Then I was an Applebee's guy. It was a big camp thing. We went to Applebee's all the time. I would get the riblets and the sampler of all the crap, the plate of crap.
I love the plate of crap.
Dip's
of course.
Applebee's order is top tier because I would fuck with the riblets also.
There you go.
Yeah, the riblets are elite. And then, by the way, elite is becoming such a thing. Everyone's saying this.
Yeah.
I know, but it's now creeping far into my territory.
Okay, big elite.
People I'm very close to are now saying everything's elite. This is elite. That's elite.
Yeah. Frankel, big elite guy.
Frankel's big on elite.
I knew he would be. I knew Frankel's a big elite guy for sure.
Oh yeah, we love Frankel.
All right, so guys, we do have to talk about professional wrestling. We found out this week that Braun Breaker is in a bad way. There's a hernia situation to be discussed. There's controversy right and left about WrestleMania. Rumors about ticket sales. Where are tickets right now? Is the card changing? Where are we going? So there's a lot of chatter and things to get into, including, and let's play this audio right now. To set things off here, our very own Dave LaGreca on Busted Open talking about how WrestleMania 42 needs a splash. Let's hear from our patriarch, Dave LaGreca.
I have said over the last 4 to 5 WrestleManias, you don't need the returning legend. They have a strong enough roster where you don't have to dip in to like bringing back this returning legend, a la The Undertaker, and bringing him back to get eyes on the product, to get people to buy a ticket. I'm kind of going to go back on what I've said the last 5 years and say, I feel like this year's WrestleMania, you kind of do need a big name to return. And here's the reason why. I feel like you're coming back to Vegas for WrestleMania. That's the same exact place that you went to. Being that the Royal Rumble was in Saudi, it kind of felt like a little bit out of touch. You didn't really have that build and that feel for the Rumble like you usually do. And I got to say, coming out of the Rumble, a lot of people weren't crazy about the Royal Rumble. And I feel like you didn't build any momentum, build any buzz. As strong as this roster is, because of that and because you're returning to the same place that you had WrestleMania last year, I feel like they got to make a splash. They really need to make a splash here on this road to WrestleMania because
Zach,
right now, I don't know.
Jesus
it feels
Christ.
kind of
This isn't a clip. This is playing a podcast. Oh my God! The funniest thing about that happening is that how long that clip was is that the number one person who would have lost their mind at the length of that clip is Dave LaGreca's brother Don. He would have walked off the show. He would have said, "We are doing our own radio show. We don't need to listen to somebody else's radio show." Oh my God! Do we lose
I got to
the
work
edit
on my.
button?
I'm working on my Dave LaGreca impression because it's there. It's there.
You know what,
it's
you know
at
what
the
the
tip of
biggest
my
thing
tongue.
is? You know what the thing is to get right with him? Dave LaGreca and his brother does not do this. So I don't know where he gets it from.
Mm-hmm.
I know another person who does this in radio as well. Dave LaGreca actually says "the" instead of "the."
Oh, yeah, a lot of people do that.
But like
that's a cultural thing. That's like a where you're from thing.
Except his own brother
doesn't do it. But Don doesn't do it. But
He didn't get the gene.
But he didn't get the gene.
Yeah,
He didn't get the gene.
he didn't.
Poop.
I just don't know how to do it though. I've tried. I want to try to do his voice too. I can't.
But Dave, it's like, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get it down.
Do some work. Yeah, do some work on that.
Yeah.
The question I want to ask you guys on the other side is whether you agree with Dave's point though, which is that we need some sort of big splash at WrestleMania, and to the audience the same question and what that splash could be. 877-344-4893. We are on the road to WrestleMania. We're just now a couple of weeks away from the Elimination Chamber. So many different things to get into. It is Cheap Heat Live on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Sting is the new drink. It's all over the streets, man. Look for the yellow jacket all over the green can. It'll pump adrenaline like a giant machine, man. Drink anything else? That's just obscene, man. Need a pickup in your daily routine, man? It'll blast like a fire with gasoline, man. Make sure the simple citrus is up in your hand. 10 times the energy of any heavy metal band. Y'all don't know by now? I'm gonna smack your crew. This is YJ Stinger straight from Stacker 2. Because YJ Stinger is the energy king. Go on, catch the buzz, feel the sting. Is that good? All right, cool.
Welcome back to Cheap Heat Live. Peter Rosenberg, Stat, Guy, Greg, and Dip. We're getting ready for Elimination Chamber, which means WrestleMania season is already here. And yeah, there does seem to be a general feeling of some concern about where we are in terms of the WrestleMania calendar, and do we have enough there? SGG, I'll start with you. Do you feel like we are in a good spot on the road to WrestleMania, or at this moment, do you have some concern that if things kind of shake out the way they're heading, it could end up being an underwhelming card?
I have no concern. We do this every year. We had this conversation last year and the year before that around this same time, and we do it every year where the Rumble ends, and then a week or two after the Rumble, we're like, what's happening with Mania? This build is blah, blah, blah. We don't like it. What's going on? We don't understand. And that's because there's 8, maybe 10 more weeks and a chamber and weeks after that where you think they were going to flesh out the card a little bit. We have the big match, right? We have the splash. It's CM Punk and Roman Reigns, the definitive 2 biggest stars that they have on the roster, main event for a championship. That's the splash. Dave is exactly right. We don't need a returning legend. Even like the free agents that they have can hold it down. You have Brock Lesnar, he's a free agent. You have Obafemi, he's a free agent. Those are big enough names that they don't even have to bait a retired star or like a returning legend to come back, because those two are going to jump in the action too. And again, after the Elimination Chamber, we're really going to start to see what this card looks like. And you notice every year, this conversation of the build and how terrible it is and what's going to happen, and we're concerned for Mania, that chatter dies down when we get to March. If it was really a concern, we'd be concerned in March, but we're not there yet. I think that is a fair. We are still a long ways away. Dip, your level of concern. You'd be the most likely to be panicked, of course. What's your level?
I mean, you cannot complain about Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. I mean, that's as big a match as you can get. I think Cody versus CM Punk is maybe a bigger match, potentially.
Because of the history?
Yes. But Roman CM Punk is definitely a big match, for sure. You know, I don't know. what the other side of the card's going to look like in 100%. But as far as like the A match, CM Punk and Roman Reigns is as big as it gets.
That's the thing. I mean, if you're really,
can you imagine? Not to interrupt. Can you imagine a few years ago thinking?
We said this last week. Last week, what I spent a lot of time on was everyone who ever dreamed of CM Punk coming back. This Mania match is the pinnacle moment of the whole thing.
100%.
We're getting CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. This is an absolute dream match. You kind of, you really, just because the name John Cena isn't around, doesn't in and of itself make it like a down WrestleMania. And let's also remember, guys, John Cena has been an afterthought and poorly booked on WrestleMania for literally close to a decade.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
Let's just if you go back and look at John Cena's wrestling matches on WrestleManias over the last decade, you're going to go, oh wow, they've basically been doing it without John Cena this whole time. So we're not down anyone. Now, to me, the intrigue is what happens with the Cody match. Like, do we? Cody has to have the other major men's match, correct?
I would think so.
I would think so too.
And that cannot be. It just cannot be another Cody Drew McIntyre. To me, that just does not seem right for a Mania match. They've done it so many times, it feels like.
I think, though, the fact that they did it so many times also does make it right for a Mania match, right? Because Cody got some wins. Drew got the last big win. Drew's running around with the championship. But now they have a rivalry. Like, they have a story and a rivalry. And I know we think of, like, what's the biggest match you can have on paper? Let's save it for Mania. Let's do it there. That'll be the first time they touch. We're getting that with CM Punk and Roman Reigns, the first one-on-one match in over a decade. But then on the other side, it does help to have a long rivalry where you got these two people that have just been at war and they blow it off at Mania, which could be Cody Drew, depending on how they build that story.
I'll say this.
I don't mind that.
I'll say this. If they were to make Cody Drew something special, say a Dubai chocolate match,
right?
Now we're having a conversation. No, but you really do.
Well,
you have to make it. You have to make it an ultimate blow off. If you're going to do it this way, I mean, dude, they had a PLE, they had a WrestlePalooza match. This has been going on and on. If you're going to do it, can you guys give us the true moment, like the Cody screaming "Hell in a Cell" or something like that? You got to give this the ultimate zhuzh.
Cody's going to scream whatever it is, and we're going to.
Oh
get
no, he's
that.
screaming. No, the man is screaming up a storm.
He's the guy in the suit that throws more tantrums than anybody in wrestling. He's gonna do it. He's rivaling Ric Flair with the screaming suited promos. But I want to ask you this, just to clear up our branding, Pete.
Yeah.
The Dubai chocolate.
Yeah.
Isn't Cody Drew already the Dubai chocolate? Because they're telling you it's special. They're selling it at a premium, but it really is just, what it is. So aren't you arguing that it's already a Dubai chocolate? It doesn't need to go extra mile and be better to be Dubai chocolate.
That's a great. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I think the best case scenario here is that, and I'm not sure if this is ever happening, but I think it needs to. We said this about Cena. We said this about Roman. We said this about The Rock. They'll never turn heel. And then the crowd eventually sort of turned them heel. Like Cody, in 2026, Cody Rhodes needs to be a heel. We cannot go another year with Cody saying the same things in the ring, doing the same stuff, wrestling the same people, and maintain his babyface role.
We just can't do this, period. It needs to happen.
Something needs to happen with Cody. We need a Cody change in some way. It's gone on for years now, and it's been great. We love Cody. But
you just answered why we're not getting the change, though. You just we're ready for.
You don't want to see that, Greg?
No, that's what I'm going to say. We are ready for a fresh coat of paint, right? The three of us, but you acknowledging that it's great and the reactions that he gets from the crowd. there hasn't even been like a hint of people wanting to turn on him, and we've been waiting for that.
No. I disagree.
There's hints.
Oh no. Did you watch SmackDown the night before the Rumble?
Oh, that's different though. That was different. That's
What was
Saudi
different?
crowd. I think that Saudi crowd was just trying very hard to be smarky and like
But
put their stamp on it.
Sure, I agree with you, but they also had heard it other places. There was another SmackDown a couple of weeks before that. I think the Boo Birds, even at WrestlePalooza, the Boo Birds over the last 6 months have been starting to creep at Cody.
The Saudi moment was egregious
Boo
and
Birds.
hilarious because he said he was going to win the Rumble a third time, and you just heard no.
I mean, listen, and I got news for you. We also can't, for two reasons. Number one, you can't just write off the Saudi crowd anymore because, number one, they've become a pretty astute wrestling fan base. And number two, they're the home of WrestleMania next year. This is what it is. And, I know
I think
everyone's
he will
still...
be healed by WrestleMania next year.
It feels like we have to get there. SGG, I have to ask you, it's controversial. Dip may want to turn off his camera because we know Dip and controversy go opposite directions. Where did you fall? We'll keep it brief. Where did you fall on the Cody Raheem line?
I'm still not sure. I can't believe he did it. I feel like he took it out of the
And by the
group
way,
chat.
that was really, so I didn't know that. I wasn't in the group chat. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. As you're familiar with Cody and the civil rights memes, but it's just it's like an evolution and an offshoot of that. So you have Cody Luther King, but then you also have Raheem. And so
like Raheem the Dream? Was that is it a play on Dream?
It's Cody Raheem Rhodes. I don't know if it's Raheem. I haven't seen Raheem the Dream, but I know his middle name is Raheem. I've seen Cody in Kufis and
so,
all
but
kinds
he made the line a joke to have a double meaning. That wasn't what the joke was about originally.
No.
So the question, so if people were offended, the offense is that he took it from being a goof and changed the meaning to make it about the stereotype.
Right. He went double entendre with it. And I believe, I have to check the calendar, but I believe he did it in February, which is not how you necessarily want to start Black History Month. So, it was tricky as a tightrope for him to walk. And like I said, I'm still working through how I personally feel about it.
Where was the internet?
I would have kept it in the group chat. I see a split. I've seen people being like, oh, we overreacting. This is what we say anyway. But again, I would have kept it in the group chat, which is what the other people are saying, who are like, he can't take it there. Somebody else can take it there. But
it was very interesting, though, my way of processing it, because I was like dealing with the baby and I just had the TV on and I look up and, Cody has been hitting this bag recently where he turns it up a notch and he's getting to the turn it up point of the promo. And he's like, and they don't call me Raheem for nothing or whatever it was. And I was like, what was that now? Definitely just caught my attention. Yeah, so we on this show, I think we're saying we are taking a stand on this program, saying calm down. CM Punk and Roman Reigns is a massive, massive night 2 main event. Yeah. And number 2, we are legitimately over 2 months out from WrestleMania. So let's see where we go.
Let it play out. That's been our mantra. Just let it play out.
LIPO.
That's right.
What if we get Oba and Brock Lesnar? Is that exciting to anybody?
So I think we could. And that's then your third big men's match is Oba and Brock, which to me, I'd be so amped for it. Yeah. I have to say, I did not. I know it was like the perfect spot to do it, but I didn't love having Kit Wilson as the obligatory Oba beatdown last week. Only because I'm starting to feel that character is getting over.
They shouldn't do that.
And if you're going to have the character get over, I know they've always done things like that, and I know the character is somewhat silly, but I think Kit Wilson might kind of go as a heel. Like, it could work. I don't know if I would have
it could go either way. It's just so ridiculous. Like, when the guy has momentum like this, which he clearly does, okay, and I like it a lot. I think there's something there for sure. Give him the push. What, like, just because just like you said, just because he's silly doesn't mean he needs to lose.
Or or get crushed by Oba. Like the Oba Femi, you just had Oba crush the Viking Raiders, which I have no problem with. There's so many people you can have him crush.
I had a problem with that.
Oh, please. The Viking Raiders right now are not in the middle of a push of anything. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't
The Viking Raiders can beat up, in real life, the two Viking Raiders could beat up Obafemi together. Obafemi is not beating up the Viking Raiders by himself. Okay?
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's a bit much for the 2-on-1 beatdown to go Viking Raiders. They could have went regular size tag team. I agree, but I'm also not going to get upset because what are they doing with the Viking Raiders? But I just feel like with Kit Wilson, where the thing, I literally was watching the promo, and when he hit the gyration, the Rick Rude gyration, I'm like, oh man, this could actually become a really fun. And then the next second, I'm like, oh, wait a second. He's just going to get destroyed right now. I don't know.
That's
not fair.
That's why I didn't mind it though. I didn't mind either beatdown. Like you said, the Viking Raiders. It's not that they're not doing anything. They aren't. That is true. But also they're presenting Oba as like this monster. And let's not forget how Brock Lesnar, when he showed up, he feuded with both Hardys and beat both their asses all the time. And this is after like they did the TLC matches. They're already legends by the time Brock Lesnar's bouncing them around.
But the Hardys are a more acceptable, are an easier, more reasonable double beatdown to accept. The Viking Raiders are like, the Viking Raiders are, that's too big, man. No, listen, I'm fine. I'm overall fine with it. But you just have so many people. I'm fine with Oba beating 3 people at one time. I just don't know if I'd have 2 of them be kind of giant. Like,
that's what I was gonna say. So you're fine with him beating like 3 slim people, but like
correct
2 giants is okay. I mean, splitting hairs a little bit, but I didn't mind it. And then at least with Kit Wilson, I think him getting his ass kicked by Oba was better for him than like a triumphant victory. I think they both got ahead with that because he's supposed to be annoying, right? And
True.
Even like you said, with the Rick Rude gyrations when he was doing that, you said the very next second he's getting his ass kicked. It wasn't the next second. It went on for a long time, long enough that people were getting annoyed with it. Not even uncomfortable, but just like, is somebody's music going to hit? And it didn't have to be Oba. It could have been Hornswoggle's music that hit. People were just going to be happy that somebody's music hit, and that's a benefit to Kit Wilson that he's that deep under people's skin.
It's a good point, and also getting crushed by Obafemi just helps his case about how toxic the men of WWE are.
Exactly, because why would Oba interrupt that? He was just saying his piece. It was toxic.
Well, because Oba's toxic. That's the problem.
Yeah,
that's a fair point. 877-344-4893. Are you nervous about WrestleMania? Are you feeling good? I want to ask you guys what you think about the rebirth of Natty. I do want to get some thoughts on AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. Also, the original El Grande Americano and Javon Evans just doing freakish things in the ring that blow your mind. It's Cheap Heat Live on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
It's the new energy drink ahead of the bunch. This is YJ Stinger, baby. Pound and punch. You get a rush of energy every time you take a pull. All them other drinks, man, they filled with bull. This is the real deal, baby, and the facts are true. You want a boost? Grab a Stinger made by Stack or 2. You know how we do. This drink is #1. Helps energy, performance, concentration. So go and get one or grab them by the case. Look for the Stinger can with the yellow jacket face. Drink kicks ass. I don't care about wings. So go and catch the buzz and feel the sting.
Welcome back to Cheap Heat Live, Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. I wanted to show love real quick. You guys have probably seen this moving around. Here we go. The Squared Circle Cafe. You seeing this?
Oh,
yes. A million people have sent it to me. Goldstein was the first.
Harlem's own.
The Squared Circle Cafe on 271 West 119th Street. Chef John and the team over there, they open today. As we speak, right now, it is officially the Squared Circle Cafe's launch party, and it looks awesome. They got DJ Khalil in there spinning tunes. They have wrestling on the screens. These are great guys and gals. I just looked so this thing's been moving around the last couple of days, and I was like, oh man, I should talk to these people. I just checked; they've been DMing me for months, and I didn't see it. So I want to big them up. I am definitely going to come through. Supposedly, not only is it themed amazingly, and it's like a real wrestling hub made by true wrestling fans, but also I think Chef John is actually a great chef. So it's not just like they made it a wrestling
food looks insane.
bar. Yeah, the food looks
The food
awesome.
does look really good.
Yo, let's go. Let's go next weekend. I'm going to be there, as you know. I'm coming, by the way.
It's official.
Yeah, fuck, let's do it.
So this is
Square Circle Cafe.
This is the weekend of the 20th.
Confirm.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something, either Saturday or Sunday. I mean, honestly, we could even do a little New York. Maybe we do a little New York heat and greet meetup, just like hang out with the people and have them come check out the restaurant. This is a community, you know what I mean?
But we got the big thing on Saturday night. Maybe we go before that. I don't know what time that starts.
Oh no, I do. It's late. It's all hours of the night.
9 or something.
It's a 9 o'clock start. Our friend.
Oh, I love that. So New York. It's so New York.
A 9 o'clock start. What is she, a lunatic? Oh no, you know what it is?
Yeah.
I think it's that she got the whole place. So I think if you rent the whole place, yeah, she's getting it at 9, so they can stay open till some part of it. Anyways, doesn't matter. We're gonna go to Squared Circle Cafe. So excited to check it out. The burgers look slamming. And honestly, it's like such a no-brainer. We have so many fans, particularly in New York.
It's in Harlem, right?
Yeah. And when people host these events, let me see how far west it is. I am curious. When people host these events,
It's not that far west. This says 200 something, right? You said
271.
271. So that is between
you can
7th
figure
and
out
8th.
the block.
Yeah, because it's like the postal codes, right? So 5th Avenue is down the middle, and then you just go out. So like the 0 to 100 is the first set. Then the 6th and 7th Avenue is 200. So like you just go out. So it's like 100 east, whatever, and 100 west, whatever. You can figure out where it is. But that should be between 7th and 8th.
It is between St. Nick and Frederick Douglass. I think you're a little off. It's a little. No, maybe you're about right.
Yeah, St. Nick is right between Adam Clayton Powell because St. Nick comes up. So Adam Clayton Powell is 7th.
All right.
8th is Frederick Douglass. Okay. St. Nick. Right. There it is.
Oh, I don't know what the hell this is. So
that was very New York, but
that was we are doing Harlem geography. But the point is this: I was hoping it was a little further west to make it easier for me. It's basically central Harlem, but super excited because whenever anyone has wrestling events here in New York, they have them at sports bars in Midtown, which are all fine places, but they're not geared towards wrestling at all. And they're just in the middle of Midtown, and there's nothing about wrestling in the place. It's just now to actually have a place where it's geared towards wrestling fans. It's Mage.
Should we do a little heat and greet on next Saturday?
That's what I just said.
I know. I'm just saying it again.
SGG sounded like he had.
He wanted the credit. He wanted the credit.
Let's see what the people say on the Discord. Maybe people will join on the Cheap Heat Discord and tell us. If people are around, I'd be down to do a little heat and greet. That would be really cool. Welcome aboard, everybody. We're happy to be here. There's a lot of different things. We got the Grand Slam in Australia tomorrow. This week, Dave Meltzer apparently made up that Brody King wasn't allowed to step into the building because of the F Ice chants from a couple of weeks ago. Turns out that was categorically false, completely made up, and Brody King was simply on a flight to Australia to go be a part of Grand Slam, where he's in a championship match against MJF on Saturday. I think that's now been confirmed. That being said, solid card, and a lot of fun Aussies performing. You're going to get a great Tony Storm situation, Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm versus the Death Riders, which will be fun. Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir, that is. At Hangman against Andrade. Pretty mage. John Moxley and Takeshita. You got the women's tag team match, the Babes of Wrath. You know I'm a huge fan, and you know they're going to go crazy for Harley Cameron. Harley and Willow against Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, which I'm sure Dip will be excited for. And then the singles match for the AEW title, Max versus Brody King. Certainly no part of me thinks Brody King is taking the title off of Max, but I'm excited to see the matchup. SGG made a point last week, though, Dip, and I'm curious for your thoughts on it. I thought it was profound.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks AEW needs to take a break from the championship eliminator matches because whenever they do the eliminator match where you face the champion to see if you get a championship match, they always win, and then they always lose.
100% agree. It's a great point. It's a great point. I have nothing else. I have no rebuttal. I hate, like, this cycle in general, this cycle in wrestling needs to be broken with all the tournaments and the qualifying matches. Now all we're going to see all we're seeing is the chamber qualifying. Everything's a qualifying thing. You have to qualify for this. When did this start? The qualifying, and maybe in the first King of the Ring in '93. Was that the first time? But then it's gotten so out of hand with how many you have to qualify for this, and everyone knows who's winning and who's losing these matches. It's every time. It's the same people.
I will say I just saw one listed for next week where I was legitimately. Do you
tournaments and qualifying? I can't take it anymore.
There was a qualifying match for next week where I legitimately couldn't decide who I thought was going to go in.
Which one? I'll tell you who. I'll tell you who probably will win.
Well, so far in the chamber, we have Randy and LA Knight. Women's chamber so far is Rhea, Tiffy. You knew Tiffy was winning that one, by the way.
Yep.
That was very clear.
Yep.
But they announced another, is it like Javon Evans, Gunther, and someone else Mage all in one next week? Oba, maybe? Who is it? Can you tell me?
Cody.
Can you find that, Kelly?
Is it Cody?
No.
Cody's in one of them.
Kelly, if you could show me the other qualifying matches they have come up, you can find them. Please let me know. But there was one that I was actually surprised at. By the way, guys, can you explain to me how they can possibly get the timing right for the finish in that Javon Evans match the other night?
Oh,
what was the finish?
The insane cutter with.
Oh yeah. Oh, that cutter was so good. That guy is Mage.
Yeah, so it's Gunther versus Javon versus Dom. I find that hard to guess who will actually come out of that into the chamber.
Gunther.
Yeah, I have a guess. Gunther.
Yeah.
But is Gunther winning the chamber and then losing the chamber? Okay, got it. I don't see Gunther winning the chamber.
But his feud is going to come out of that chamber. So
you're right. You're right. You know what? I'm an idiot. You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. All right. Then you have Cody versus Jacob Fatu versus Sami Zayn. So Cody again.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right, Dip. So far, you're right. So far, you know everyone. Then we have here. This is harder. Bliss versus Julia versus Zelina tonight. That was a little harder.
I would guess Julia. For me, it's between Julia and Bliss. I don't think
this
has
one,
a snowball chance.
This one, SGG, we don't know who's going to win this match. We just know that every one of them is going to lose in the chamber.
Yeah, it'll be Bliss. Bliss wins this one.
Although Dip is now on board with Julia now that he's into her music.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No? I thought you were there.
I'm not 100% there. Oh my God, but I'm,
You're coming around.
I'm poking around.
Where does Jacob Fatu end up at WrestleMania? If we end up getting Cody and Drew 1-on-1, then where does Jacob Fatu go?
Well, we still don't know who took him out. Drew's denying
right.
it. So
I don't think Jacob's ready for the main event of WrestleMania, guys. I love Jacob Fatu. I think he is Mage. Okay, give him one more year to cook in a massive way. Give him the push, and then next year at Mania, maybe do it. Maybe pull the trigger on that. I'm not sure he's. I don't think there's anyone with a better entrance right now in wrestling. Ooh. I want to play that every morning when I wake up or when I walk into my office. Music.
No, it's Mage. I hear you. I don't. No. He's definitely not getting main event at WrestleMania this year. I do think
Saturday night.
Yeah, he's ready for a big match though.
He had a big match. It's SummerSlam.
He had a match last year.
Was it him and Solo in the cage?
Yeah, was that SummerSlam? That was SummerSlam?
Yeah.
But he was on Mania too, right?
Yeah, he won a championship at Mania. I want to say
LA
he
Knight
won the United States Championship. Yeah.
Him and LA Knight at WrestleMania. Isn't it crazy that these years fly by completely? And yet when you look back at the Mania before, you can barely remember even what was happening.
I know. I can't believe it's a year already since the last WrestleMania. I can't. But it's not yet.
Well, it's not.
We still have a couple
10
months. But
it's flying. The point stands.
And I saw Jimmy having the conversation with Jey Uso about the chamber. So it doesn't look like they're ready to stop at least pretending to push Jey as like he's still truly main event Jey Uso. They're still like going for that.
They cooled him off.
But there's definitively a cool off here. It was Jey, of course, beat Gunther at Mania, not beated. New Day beat the War Raiders. Jade beat Naomi. Jacob beat LA Knight. El Grande Americano defeated Rey Fenix. It's been a year of El Grande Americano.
Yeah, it's been a great year. It hasn't always been Chad Gable, but it has been a year of El Grande.
Tiffy beat Charlotte. Freaking, of course, beat Roman and CM Punk. Io beat Bianca and Rhea in an amazing match. Drew beat Priest. Dom beat Braun Breaker and Finn and Penta in that incredible match for the IC title. Randy beat Joe Hendry, who's now NXT champ, and it feels weird to me. Logan Paul defeated AJ.
Right.
Lyra and Becky defeated Liv and Raquel. That's a long time ago. And Cena beat Cody. Wow. That was a billion years ago. So how does it feel? SGG, I know you must be stoked to have Joe Hendry at the top of the heap on NXT. Talk about it.
You said his name twice already. So I don't know the rules. Now, does that mean that he is going to be here twice? Or is it a Beetlejuice situation? We're waiting for a third name. Candyman might get you fired. I really don't know, but you're
How mad are you, though? How mad are you that he is your champion?
I'm not mad at all, honestly.
You're not into it, Greg?
No, I'm not. I don't believe in Joe Hendry.
Dip, you don't remember that he doesn't believe?
I know. I remember he doesn't believe.
No,
I remember now.
I don't believe. But this is majority rules, right? This is wrestling. I can't sit up there and, cross my arms. A majority of the people believe, and especially in that room where, it's not a mob per se, but when they love somebody, you kind of just gotta go with it.
Yeah.
You gotta reward those fans.
Yeah. Can I change the subject?
He's had enough. He doesn't want to talk about Joe Hendry.
Because he doesn't believe either.
No,
I believe.
That's not believing.
He doesn't
believe.
He doesn't believe either.
Change the subject.
I'm just thinking of it. The Wyatt Six. Okay.
Oh, that's where you. Why is your subject change all? Yeah, can I change the subject now? I like
you
to
change the subject, Pete.
Yeah. Anyways, moving along.
What is going on? It's
Nothing.
Do something or don't do something. Are these people important or are they not important?
They're not. That is the message they're trying to send to you.
But to me, they are.
I know. I'm not saying you're wrong for loving them.
How do they have a character like Uncle Howdy and just have him doing nothing?
See, this is the opposite of my Joe Hendry position, right? He's NXT champion. Everybody loves it. I'm just gonna go with it. The Wyatt Six, people aren't really feeling it. I
am feeling it. I'm a real wrestling fan.
Dip is refusing to just accept the majority vote.
I cannot accept this.
I like that you fight this Dip.
I want Javon Evans to join the Wyatt Six. Okay.
I like that.
Instantly made if they do that.
I want the man in the hood to be Uncle Howdy.
I would do anything. I would do anything for someone to put together. Maybe they could do it with like animation. I would do anything for someone to put together a sketch of Dipperstein. What it would be like Dipperstein's day one if he were hired as a writer at WWE. Like he'd sit down, like sitting down at the table, and like Ed Koskey and John Spicata are about to speak, and it's like, can I change the subject? Wyatt Six title match, like, WrestleMania, triple threat.
I have something I want to say.
Sorry.
3 years ago, Rhea, the Judgment Day. You remember that whole thing? Let's do it again.
No, and I have another idea. Hold on one second. I'm changing the subject real quick. Hold on, Triple H.
What is this coffee creamer?
Yeah, P.S. Hayes, and bring me the International Delight. Hold on one second. I'm going to say something. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Uncle Howdy, triple threat, book it, done. Good night. What's
They
next?
love Uncle Howdy. They love Uncle Howdy.
Trust me.
Love Uncle Howdy. He's
now we have a
elite.
main event.
He's elite.
He's
Uncle Howdy is elite.
dude. I like Uncle Howdy too. I'd like to see.
It's
more
so crazy that there's so much like people do not take this guy seriously. Uncle Howdy should be in the title picture. I mean this.
But why
I
the
really
title?
believe
Why
this.
do you always say the title picture? He's so not a title picture kind of guy.
It's so hypocritical of Dip because when I bring up how made somebody is, and I talk about the titles,
No, he doesn't care about the title.
he's anti that. But
I meant the
solution,
top of the card, whatever.
solution to make Uncle Howdy mage is to throw him in the title scene. He could have an Undertaker vibe where he doesn't need to be in the title scene and is still mage. But I think the title stuff is tricky because spooky champions do not work.
I want
What about-
spooky. I want everyone to be spooky.
Dip wants the entire. Dip would show up, and he'd be like, "I have an idea, guys. Everyone, settle down for a second, okay? Bruce, hold on 1 second. Here's my thought. We've been calling the shows Raw and SmackDown for so long. I believe it should be Monday Night Macabre and Friday Night Spooky. Okay, we have Macabre, we have Spooky. We have two shows, and everyone fits into either Macabre or Spooky, and we work around that. Night one, they jump Javon Evans into the Wyatt Six,
Yep, I love it.
and we are on. The path
We
to WrestleMania.
merge the Judgment Day with the Wyatt Six.
The Judgment
See,
Six,
now.
the Wyatt Day.
The Wyatt Day. I
No,
love that.
I like the Judgment Six.
The Judgment Six, the Wyatt Day.
Because if you say the
I like
Wyatt
all-
Day, it makes you think New Day more than, you know what I'm saying? 877-344-4893. The one thing I wanted to mention before we get up out of here about Cody Rhodes. We were talking all about Cody earlier and how it's time to turn him, et cetera, et cetera. April 2nd will make 4 years of this Cody Rhodes run. That is absolutely insane. Like that, he has been around again as long as Hogan's 87 to 91 run. Like when you think about the other people whose runs were so much, do you realize how much less like Savage's time on top or Ultimate Warrior's time on top or so many other 80 stars times on top were compared to what Cody has done? It's been 4 years already. This is the Cody run has now been as long basically as the big Bloodline run, right? That was
Yeah,
what I'm
I don't
saying?
know if I would say that Cody was on top the whole
Big as
time,
Austin
but
run, as big as Rock.
he has been hot the whole time.
Yeah, right. That's a fair point.
It's as big as Austin's run.
the time wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
97, 98, 99, 2000,
I hate being old.
2001, I guess. 5 years.
hate being older is this the last 4 years means like nothing. And yet when you look back in time, 4 years as a teenager or a kid, it's like this epic time that like you smile back on forever. Whereas once you get to like your mid-20s, multi-year periods just become blended into nothingness.
Oh, yeah.
2012, 2014, 2016, 2017. These years mean nothing to me. They're just all dates in which maybe things happened in those years. But yeah, I just couldn't. That just took me aback. And then,
I mean, I watched a couple of things from 10 years ago recently, and I got to tell you, it looks exactly and feels exactly the same as it does now in wrestling.
it did
It feels the same.
15,
I mean-
16.
15, 16 for sure. 15, like 16, 20. You put on 2016, you're like, this feels like it does now.
Well, you know what? You know why that
Not in a
is, though?
bad
Because
way. Not in a bad way. It just does.
The turnover when we were younger was so crazy, right? Like you watch, like King Kong Bundy's there, and then he's not there for a long time. Like Tito Santana disappears, like people just disappear. But you got like Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Roman, Kofi, Miz, and you could go down the line of people who were around 10 years ago and mage, not just like recently debuted, but they were mage 10 years ago, and they're still around and still mage.
And people jumped from WWF to WCW like so often back then, back and forth, that like as soon as someone's contract ended, they went to WCW. As soon as someone's contract ended, they went to WWF, and then they went back and forth. Like I'm watching St. Valentine's Day Massacre in the background right now, and it just happened to come on my thing on Netflix, and you got Big Boss Man in the black, skinny Big Boss, like skinny outfit, Big Boss Man in the black, attire. And think about a couple of years before this, he was Big Bubba Rogers in WCW.
Yeah.
And a couple of years before that, he was, Schlump Boss Man. Big Schlump Man.
That's right.
And he's wrestling Midian, who, a couple years before this was, a hog farmer.
Now, speaking of all these Repug people, you were missed last week when we sat down with my brother and watched the Royal Rumble, the 95 Rumble. Is that what it was? SG?
94.
94. We watched the 94 Rumble match in its entirety.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly think nothing would make you happier than hanging out with my brother while he asked questions in complete earnest about what's happened in wrestling over the last 30 years. You will truly, it could become one of the joys of your life.
I'm ready to go. I'll go. We'll do it this weekend.
Yeah, I would like to try to find. I'm actually going to be down there with him. Maybe we can still find time to do it together. It was a fairly Repug Rumble.
Where's he at right now? Where's he at?
Well, I haven't. That's where he was as of last Sunday. All I know is this is the text I got from my brother 2 days ago. So you tell me how telling this is about where
He's
was.
moving. He's moving through it.
He's texted me yesterday. I've decided it was a bad idea to let Johnny Polo bring a putter to the ring.
That's a pretty good text.
See? I know. So that's where he is. I didn't even remember Johnny Polo until I watched the Raven documentary. I was gone.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. I was kissing girls. I was living life, okay? I was outside.
You were outside when Johnny Polo debuted?
Yeah, dude, it's like 94.
Bruh.
I was having SC and O. I was pumping SC and O's, bruh. I don't know.
Sour cream and onion?
Yeah, dude.
Yes, sir.
What else do I do? All right, we got to get through these people real quick. Let's go to Tim in Arkansas. Tim, what's up?
Hey, as far as your Pringles, you're probably on the International Most Wanted now.
It's possible. It's very possible. We're gonna see.
Is there a reward? Because I know where Dipolago is.
No, he's saying Rosenberg stole Pringles from the Saudis and is now on the watch list.
It's possible.
But no, all seriousness, I think we're going to see Seth Rollins here before long.
Yeah,
I hope so, man.
What do you mean by before long?
I think the Elimination Chamber he'll show up.
So I've been trying to do the math, Tim. To me, this is what makes, and thank you for the call. Again, back to the Brian Alvarez being an idiot and coming after me because I was actually worked when I was supposed to be worked. Because of what Seth has done with injury stuff, I think it makes it completely confusing about could he be back at Chamber or could he not be back by Mania? I think it's completely in question. But that would certainly, I will tell you this, Seth coming back before Mania would be the exact injection that they need to make everything feel just fine for Mania season. Let's go to Harold in Nebraska. What's up, Harold?
Yeah, hey guys, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
Hey.
Hey, two things real quick. The cost of going to these events is getting crazy. I used to spend for second row seats at Raw, I used to spend like $120, $140. Yeah. Now it's like $6 in like less than 2 years. I mean, that's getting ridiculous. I know these guys are making, like Rock gets $20 or $40 million a movie or whatever, but the average person can't afford that. The other thing,
and by the way, and Harold, and real quick, and you're getting a better price in Nebraska. I got news for you, buddy, because it's worse than $640 on the East Coast. And what's your other point, Harold?
Okay. The other point is just with this new one that's on AMC.
Mm-hmm. TNA.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Why in the world would they bring back that girl that got in all the trouble for doing what she was doing at WWE and getting fired? To me, it's just a rerun of the old WWE stuff.
Harold, thank you for the call, buddy. We're down to 30 seconds. SG, who's he talking about?
no idea. So many people fit that description. But
Well,
Harold is outraged.
But Harold, listen, we
outraged.
appreciate you, and I'll say this. The beauty of having multiple companies is, regardless of who you're talking about, sometimes people make mistakes, and it's nice that there are other companies where people get a chance now to maybe reprove themselves. Guys, we love you. If you don't listen to the podcast, go find Cheap Heat on podcast. Follow us on Instagram, all right? Look up Cheap Heat Pod on Instagram. Have a great weekend. Stay mage and enjoy yourselves.
Stay mage.